Hello people and welcome back to News Review. This week's news involves the new collab with Hikaru no Go. By the time this video comes out, it should be 1 day in. There are a lot of cards in these news, so let's get right into it. First off is the Diamond Seal characters. There are 7 Diamond Seal characters this time, with a special one up there. As you can see, that's the this card right here is the combination. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. First off, they have their exclusive team skill, where the leader is a Hikaru no Go member with 3 or more Hikaru no Go members in the team. I'm just going to shorten this to Go. For every Go member present in the team, at the beginning and end of each round, 1 black stone and 1 white stone will appear at 2 random positions on the board to the max 3 of each. And then for each black stone position dissolved, combo count +2 and the black stone will disappear. For each rune stone dissolved in a white position, EX combo count +2 and the white stone will disappear. And when more black stones are dissolved than white stones, Go members skill CD is -1. When more white stones are dissolved than black stones, damage is -50%. And when the same number of black and white stones are dissolved, both of the above effects will be granted. This kind of contributes to the Hikaru no Go team being a little finicky, because obviously it's fine if you can dissolve the same number of black and white stones every single round. That's the optimal thing that should happen. But with enemy skills being the way they are, this probably can't always be achieved. And then when you have like a mismatch of that happening, then it becomes very finicky to basically dissolve like the right amount of stones to get what you want. Because imagine you miss like a white stone dissolve, but you need the damage reduction, so it makes it a little finicky. First off is the 1% Jackpot Sai Fujiwara, a Warlord God. For his team, you can have humans and God members, and obviously Hikaru no Go members get an additional boost, but only for attack, which is kind of weird. Usually they give HP and recovery as well, which is why the whole series actually has a bit of an HP deficit. I get that they do have a 50% damage reduction on the white stones, as I said before, but it's quite like the actual defense of the team is quite low. The offense is kind of insane. Like the raw damage you can get is pretty insane. Moving on to his team skill, you get 5 seconds of runes movement time. Ignore burning and sticky. If the runestone movement starts with a dark runestone, you clear the negative state of electrified, frozen, weakened, locked, recovery, petrified, and condensed runestones. This is another part of why it's a little finicky. You gotta start with a dark runestone to clear the stuff. Why? Everything is effective everything, and if the runestone starts with a character runestone, runestones of that member's attribute can be dissolved singly or in groups of 2 or more in the first batch. This is once again fine, but starting with a character runestone is again finicky. And as you may or may not have noticed, there are actually no dark members in the Diamond Seal, which, I mean, is kind of a problem. Maybe, because you can't easily achieve both these effects, because if you pick up a dark character's character runestone, you can achieve the effect of clearing stuff and dissolving dark runestones in singly or in groups of 2 or more, which will probably, I mean, like, that would be great, but there are no dark runestones in the Diamond Seal. There is a free one, but I don't remember. No, I think it does count as a Hikaru no Go member, because it's not exclusive to the Diamond Seal, I don't think. Yeah, right here. Okay, that's great. Furthermore, when 5 more combos are made, team attack times 5 and Go members attack times 1.5 additionally, and they ignore fixed combo and puzzle shield. That's pretty much like a given in most teams nowadays. A very common team skill anyway. It's kind of sad that these shields are just being ignored, and if you don't ignore them, then now you're bad. Another example of power creep, but whatever. Upon each skill activation of a Go member, intimidate all enemies. This effect can be superimposed level 3. When Sai Fujiwara or Sai Fujiwara and the combination are activated, intimidate all enemies to level 3 immediately. The higher the level of intimidation on an enemy, the higher damage of the Go members dealt to the enemy to the max attack times 2.5. This is useful when the enemy needs like a stat to be damaged, but not much else. The damage you can get is insane because of this point right here. And Sai Fujiwara and Hikaru Shindo, the other jackpot also have a stat boost where they give each other HP attack and recovery base value times 1.5 if they are in a team together. Moving on to his active is CD7, deal water damage of 100 million to all enemies regardless of defense and enchanted runestone shield, or 1 round gold members attack times 2 damage without regardless of anti-runestone shield and equal combo shield. This is important to mention because Sai is one of the few water cards that has global ignoring of equal combo shield. For each group of runestones dissolved in the first batch, combo count +1, so you can get extra combos through this synergy with the character runestone in his team skill, where you grab the character runestone and that counts as a group, and you can also get more groups of runestones dissolved that way. After dissolving runestones, the first batch of runestones to be dropped in the column below gold members will be enchanted runestones of the corresponding member's attribute in each column. This can be used to, well, do quite a bit of things actually. You can get, like, you can break quintet shields, minus the dark, but you obviously got to put a dark member in. You can solve, like, runestone accumulation shields if you put enough of the members in. With Sai and his combination, you'll already have like 10 water, so that may be an option. This just also gives you extra combos, extra damage. I mean, that's quite good, quite a good effect. He also has bond skills, which increases combos once again. These I think will be pretty important because he does not add combos innately. You know, you got the blackstone, whitestone stuff, but in his leader and team skill, he does not add combos himself. Moving on to the sub-jackpot, light human, the strongest Shodan, Hikaru Shindo. When he also runs human and god in his team comp, sorry. He's like an okay leader. I'm just gonna skip over it. It's basically more of the same, where everything is effective water, earth, and light, and he ignores duet, trio, quartet, and quintet. For his team skill, he gets 5 seconds of movement time as well, ignores burning, ignores electrified, ignores laser traps. By dissolving light runestones, go members ignore anti-runestone shield, runestone column nullifying, and combo seal. This is quite unique. Light runestones can be dissolved singly or in groups of 2 or more in the first batch. By dissolving 5 or more light runestones, team attack times 5, and for each group of light runestone dissolved, combo count +5 to the max +15. If light runestones are dissolved in the 2 specific positions adjacent to the bottom left or right corner in the first batch, at the end of the round, explode the type of runestones at that corners to generate enchanted light human runestones. This is a bit of a finicky point and can also sometimes lead to destroying the board, which is quite bad. So that's why he's an okay leader. It's okay. When the leader is Shindo and the ally is Toya, then earth runestones also get the singly or in groups of 2 or more dissolved in the first batch kind of thing. And when they activate their active skills, they both enter or stay in a hyper state for 1 round, 1 activation per round. Hikaru Shindo, as said before, has a team skill with a Sai Fujiwara of the stat boosts, and also with Yoshitaka Waya and Shinshiro Izumi. These are 3 cards. They all get a HP and attack base value times 1.5. No recovery for whatever reason, but yeah, that's that. For his active is actually quite good. It's quite unique. CD6, upon activation of the skill clear hypnotized and fatigue state of Go members. Record the distribution of runestones, including the effects of race and enchanted runestones. The character adds neighboring members attack times 2.5 and ignore initial shield. This is a stat. When the skill is deactivated, it can be activated anytime. You explode the board to generate your recorded runestones. This is quite unique, so I think it's worth picking up. Moving on to the other sub-jackpot, Akira Toya, the Eternal Rival. I assume this is referring to, like, the fact that, what is this card called again? Hikaru Shindo and Akira Toya are, like, rivals in the anime because his leader skill and team skill are basically the same, but for earth instead of light. A couple of differences that he ignores: tornado, sticky, and explosive bombs. He has enchanted human trail. Did I forget to mention that? No, he actually doesn't. Okay. Hikaru Shindo didn't actually have this, so this card may be a little better than I thought. He has enchanted human trail. That is a very useful thing to have. And same team skill, same deal. like as very similar to Hikaru Shindo. First active, it's a lot worse in terms of versatility. It's CD6, remove Tornado, clear the negative effect of black and white zone. Removing Tornado is quite unique. It is the first Earth card to remove tornadoes. Clearing black and white isn't that good because black and white is not a very damaging enemy skill. Restores the board to normal. The second ever Earth human card to do this, and doesn't kill himself, which is quite nice. For 3 rounds, combo count +5. Go members ignore puzzle shield, and if the leader is a go member, you get willpower effect and a counterattack effect. Moving on to the small prizes, Yoshitaka Waya, this card is absolute trash. Water human, CD6, turn 5 runestones into enchanted water. You can't even control this. This is really bad. For 1 round, the character and its neighboring members attack times 2.5 and ignore defense. Why? Both of these suck. Attack time 2.5 is just not good. Like a straight attack boost nowadays is not good. Ignoring defense is also like pretty much useless. If leader is a go member, change the state of go members from fatigue into hyper. This would be good if Hikaru Shindo didn't already remove the fatigue state of everyone. And go members enter or stay in a hyper state for 2 rounds. So yeah, basically all his skills are either useless or are already done by Hikaru Shindo, so this card belongs in the trash tier. Next up is Shinshiro Izumi, a fire human, CD6, turn 5 runestones into fire. Once again, trash. For 1 round, the character launches 18 extra attacks, 9 for each for light and dark, as much as 30% of its attack. And if the leader is a go member, the character ignores fixed combo shield. Now, this card is halfway in the trash. The only good thing here is the 18 extra attacks, but it's not even that good because most enemy skills nowadays demand like 20. If it's 20, it's not that bad. 30 hits, this card basically does nothing. 40 hits, which I think has appeared once before, this card is basically useless against that. Conversion sucks, and the ignoring of fixed combo shield is once again something that Sai already does, so not very good there. Moving on to the second last small prize, Kosuke Ochi, Earth Human, CD6, turns 5 runes into Enchanted Earth, not good. But for 3 rounds, damage free from burning and step damage will lower to 1. Hikaru does not ignore burning, so this may be a useful thing. None of these guys ignore step damage, and an Earth Human card that ignores step damage, I believe, is a first, so that's quite good. If leader is a go member, restore all cracked positions, which is also why this card is better than the other 2 converters, because restoring cracked is very useful. And lastly, Asumi Nase, light human, CD6, tap 2 runestones to turn those runestones and the adjacent runestones into Enchanted Heart, and for 1 round, Heart also possesses 150% effect of the member's attributes in the team. Alright, that is, I would say that's it for the Diamond Seal characters, but let me just skip right to the combination character, because this will basically cover the full potential of the jackpot Sai Fujiwara. And Sai Fujiwara and Hikaru Shindo, not that one in the sub-jackpot. This is a separate free card that you can get in the shop. Full recover HP, go members, seal CDs -5, and for 5 rounds you get Time Tunnel and Enchanted Trail. This is a quite good combination effect, although the fact that it only lasts for 5 rounds is kind of a shame. The combination card becomes, well, not becomes, it stays Water God, since Hikaru Shindo is a light human, even in the other card form. Basically, he gets this combination card gets a better leader skill in terms of stats, and gets rid of some of the finickiness in the team skill. So now you just clear the state of all those runestones without having to start with a dark runestone. That's very nice. You get innate combo support, where you get combo support if you start your runestone with a character runestone. That's quite nice. And yeah, that's basically the improvements to the leader skill. This allows him to have like an insane damage output. Once again, not that much improvement on the defense. I don't think there's any improvement on the defense, actually. Maybe, I forgot if the HP multiplier even increased. I don't think so. But yeah, a lot of damage, not a lot of defense. Moving on, there's the new Dragonware for Go members. Paper Fan, it's very nice. All of them use the same one. The Dragonware skill is when you dissolve a lot of runestones, the character attack times 1.25, which isn't insignificant but isn't that good. Skill CD of all enemies will be delayed for 1 round. That's like an acceptable skill to have on a Draconic if you wanted to have any chance of it actually being on the leader. New level up materials of chess people. Go people, sorry. I keep calling this chess because like in the Heijaja like Red Asteria sale it says like chess, I believe. No, this game is Go, not chess. It's not even Chinese chess. Chinese chess doesn't look like this. Moving on to the free to play cards. First off is Seiji Ogata, a ultimate stage card, Dark Human, CD7. This is quite unique. By tapping a rune on the magic circle twice, explode those types of runestones, generate enchanted Dark Human runestones. The character attack times 4 and stun the enemies after attacking them for 2 rounds. At the end of the round, the character enters a fatigue state. This active is quite unique because it allows you to choose what runestones to explode. And also stuns the enemy, so quite unique effects. Grab him. I put him in between up to and fairly high use rate. I think exploding the type of runestones you choose is quite a useful effect. Stunning, not that useful like every day, but when you need it, probably quite good. Alright, moving on to the 3 cards that can be gotten in the shop by collecting items. First off is Hikaru Shindo in child form, same light human. A CD7, if they're only Go members of the team, clear all additional effects in play. Go around the character attack times 5 and tap 5 runestones to explode those types of runestones and generate enchanted light runestones if Sai is in the team. Then explode all runestones to generate runestones of the corresponding Go members attribute in each column. If there is a Kira Toy in the team, the character's skill CD-2. That is the upcoming card and not the evolved version, the grown-up version. His team skill, he synergizes with Akira Toya, where they get a stat boost and skill CDs -1. Akira Toya in the child form is Earth Human as well, CD7, basically once again the same active as a Hikaru, but he taps 5 columns to explode them and generates enchanted Earth runestones instead, so you get a large amount of Earth runestones. If Koyo Toya is in the team, then you explode all runestones to generate enchanted Earth and enchanted Heart of fixed numbers and fixed positions instead. I don't remember off the top of my head whether this board is 15 Heart, 15 Earth, but it's in the shape of a heart. The Heart runestones are in the shape of a heart, so that's quite nice. Anyway, the 15 Earth, 15 Heart thing is quite niche, but useful if this card is indeed that. And lastly, Akari Fujisaki, a Fire Human CD6, turn the columns below Go members into enchanted Heart runestones. This is basically only good for that one shield that requires you to dissolve like 20 Heart or 30 Heart or whatever to deduct the enemy's HP. Going around Go member attack times 2, and for every Go member except the character present in the team, the character skill CD -1 to the max -5. This card is, I mean, get one just in case for that one shield I was talking about, but otherwise not good at all. The combination archive are already went over, and that is it for the new cards. Moving on to the celebration events, everything that I haven't covered, there will be a raid up at the end of this collab. This collab is 3 weeks, so it's a little bit shorter than your normal collab. The raid up period will be 14th to 16th July, so right before it ends. And the new ultimate stage right there, and there will be a returning ultimate stage I want to cover at the very bottom. Yeah, here we go. For Madame Heidi, this is a okay Earth Human card. In theory, I actually have used it maybe only like once or twice. Grab one if you haven't, but it's not that imperative. That is it for this week's news review. If you'd like to, please leave a like. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments down below. And if you like it in general, please subscribe. I'll try my best to continue covering the news for Hikaru no Go and any other TOS news in the future. and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!